Shooting the breeze with Nadine and Janine, talking about what's going on. Just having fun as we tell you some things that happened the whole week long. And to mention a few things that you were not privy, but we to help you along. Shooting the breeze with Nadine and Janine. Hope that you come along.
Hi, I'm Nadine Jamison, your host, and this is my good friend Janine Bookwalter, your co-host.
Hi, and welcome to Shooting the Breeze with Nadine and Janine. Nadine,
Yes,
I have a question for you.
sure.
I watched you enjoy a peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Uh-huh.
a few minutes ago,
Uh-huh.
and you tore off the crust. I'm perplexed and mesmerized. I don't understand when that's part of the sandwich why you need to take it off. So inform me, please.
Yes, I will. The truth of the matter is, I really don't know why I tore the crust off. I mean, I was hungry. I got up this morning, 7:30, and I just had a half a banana
Okay.
and a few crackers. Usually I have a bowl of cereal, but I didn't. Okay, so when we got here and talked a little bit, I was hungry. So I fixed the peanut butter and jelly, and when I started eating it, I just started peeling off the crust. And I'm wondering to myself, why am I taking off the crust? Seriously,
Just okay.
seriously.
I don't think it's a
Because
serious
I
decision in your life.
never take off the crust because
Yeah.
actually I love the crust, but there where I was peeling it off, and I don't even
Okay.
know why.
I
It's
just don't understand.
crazy.
I know some people say that they don't like it because it's harder than
Yeah,
the rest of the bread. But just curious.
I know, but it's crazy because I love the crust, and I don't know why I peeled. I did peel it off. You saw what I did.
Okay. All right, let's get on to more important news now.
And our lineup for today's show is, as always, what's going on in Harrisburg? What's in the news? Topic for the day, pearls of wisdom, and stinker of the week. And of course, I did say what's in the news, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Our stinker of the week. I should put an S on that. I should say stinkers of the week because I do have some stinkers. Yeah. And so, why don't we find out what's going on in Harrisburg, Janine?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, we have here the coin show, and this is September 17th through the 18th. The Scottish Rite Entertainment Complex of Harrisburg, 2701 North 3rd Street, hosts the Harrisburg Coin Show with more than 70 exhibits. Yeah, 70 exhibit tables. It's free admission. There are raffle door prizes, food, and what else they have here? Free seminars. Okay, September 17th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. September the 18th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The event supports the Children's Dyslexia Center of Central PA, Harrisburg. And also, we have here the Food Truck Fest, and that's September the 18th, 2021. Wish Upon a Food Truck Festival will be held on City Island, and that's at 245 Championship Way, and that's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with the entertainment, children activities, music, and a special wish reveal and more. And this is in support of Make a Wish. Also, they have Blue and Gray Gala, September the 23rd, and this is the National Civil War Museum, 1 Lincoln Circle, Harrisburg, PA, will host the 15th annual Blue and Gray Gala, 6 and that's 6 to 9. Attendees can tour museum's gallery while enjoying the food and beverage pairings. A raffle drawing will be given, and they'll have a silent auction will be held. And last but certainly not least, they have a tribute concert, and this is September the 26th, Central PA. Friends of Jazz honors local musician. He's a legend, Steve Rudolph.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Steve Rudolph with the concert. Uh, this one's for you. That's what it's called. This one's for you, and that's at 4. That starts at 4:30 p.m. at Whittaker Center, 222 Market Street, Harrisburg, PA. Steve will play with many of his favorite musicians during his decades in Harrisburg. So that's a nice thing, yeah.
Steve Rudolph's
Steve is
been
good,
well
yeah.
known in the jazz world.
Yes.
And his music's energetic and inspiring.
Very enjoyable, yes.
It is enjoyable.
Yeah. So if anybody out there is interested in these events that I mentioned, why don't you go check them out? You might like it. And also, Janine, let's get with your news. What do you have?
My news is a perplexing situation. This has happened for quite a few years now, and it is called substitute teaching. You know I'm into education
Yes.
and all that goes
I
on
do.
there.
Yes.
Districts are screaming for substitutes. I came out the other day, and on my phone was a message from another school district that I don't go to right now, saying, Janine, please come to my school. We've got 4 openings for the next 4 days. I need help.
Wow.
Well, because of the position I'm in with the district I work with, the only time I'm allowed to go to another district is if they have an in-service day. So I'm going to have to call this principal back and tell him that I can't do it. But now, Nadine, I just have a question. Even some of the higher, more affluent districts in the area are crying for subs too.
Yes.
You have to say to yourself, what is happening? Why are people not interested in doing substitute work? I've got my own ideas,
Yeah.
and I'm going to give them, and they're only opinions,
Yeah.
so nobody has to get upset or
Yeah.
jacked out of shape. You're entitled to your opinion too. But for the responsibilities you have, and they're less than a teacher has, obviously, because you're going in for a day
Right.
in most cases, the pay is not as high as it really should be,
Okay.
comparable with other states.
Yeah.
The children can be disrespectful. It's not all of them. There's some
Sure,
wonderful
sure.
children out there.
Yeah.
But they're not dealt with the way they should be dealt with. I had a situation happen in a particular area one time as a substitute, and I was trying to explain to the child that you connect one text
Yeah.
to another text. The child very belligerently looked at me and said, no, this is the question they're asking. And I said, no, honey, they want you to see how the texts are similar. No, they're talking about this text.
Wow.
So I went
So
for
she's
help.
also teaching you, huh? Teaching
Yeah,
the teacher,
I
right?
went for help, and I just said that the child is being very disrespectful to me. And I really am trying to help this child. The administrator that took over the situation said, well, she didn't really understand. And I said, but I was trying to explain to her.
Yeah.
She would have understood if her feathers didn't get ruffled.
She had just listened. Yeah.
I took the note because we have to give feedback. and I just said to the teacher, this is what happened, step 1, 2, 3. In conclusion, I chose not to argue. Boom, end of sentence.
Mm-hmm.
At this stage of my life, I don't have to argue
No,
with a
listen,
fifth grader.
With a fifth grader, yeah.
But all I could keep thinking is that people are not getting into the teaching field
Yeah.
like they once
Not like
did.
it used to
we
be.
have a serious
It's
problem.
a serious problem.
And it's not
Very
only in
serious
this
problem.
state,
No.
it's in other states.
Yeah.
They're also asking for long-term subs, which
Mm-hmm.
you would go in for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
With a long-term sub as opposed to what I do now, the day-to-day sub,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be calling parents.
Yeah.
I would be recording grades.
Yeah.
I would be doing IEP meetings.
Mm-hmm.
They want to give the same amount to the long-term sub as they do to the day-to-day sub.
Wow.
The principals, I said to a principal the other day.
Is that fair? That's not. No.
I said to a principal the other day, I'd come teach a class for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take on a long-term position because I still have it inside
Yeah.
of me. If I didn't, that wouldn't be an option.
Of course,
But
yeah.
I still could.
Yeah.
But do you think I'm going to do it for the same amount
No.
that I'm doing right now? And I can go
No.
home tonight without a bag,
Uh-huh.
without papers to
That's
grade,
right.
without an angry parent
That's
to
right,
talk to,
yeah.
or a good parent
Yeah.
to talk to.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
help me out on this. What are some things that we could do to get teachers
Well, Janine,
to be more interested, or people to be more interested to get into that career?
it would be great, wouldn't it? But like we keep saying over and over and over again, it's not the way it used to be. It really isn't. And
isn't.
I think the more things change with this, with these kids coming up now, I doubt if things will ever be the same, to tell you the truth. Because it used to be where teachers loved, they used to love to teach. And all you hear is a whole lot of teachers saying they want to come out of it. You know, and I think a lot of it, Janine, too, is they don't want to keep dealing with the attitudes of the kids of today. Listen, I understand that teachers have a lot to deal with. Let's say you have like 30 or 25 kids in your class. You are dealing with 25 to 30 different attitudes.
And things that have happened during the week, and
Yeah.
you're the counselor, you're the teacher,
Yeah.
you're the nurse. I
Yeah.
mean, you've got so many roles to fulfill.
A
You're
whole
a
lot.
decision
You
maker.
do.
You
Yeah.
can't take 3 hours to go home and think
Yeah.
about it. You're making decisions
Yes.
like that all day long.
Yes, and you can't say the things that you used to say or do what you used to do, because now everything is like, how can I say? You have to be so careful.
You're screened.
You-
You're
you-
screened
yeah.
for everything
Yeah.
you say.
Yeah, you know, and the kids get away with a whole lot these days. No, they really do, because they know it's a lot of things that can't be said, things that can't be done, and now they have this in their mind. They're going to do what they want to do.
Do you know what I wish for my own life? That there was a camera in my room. Because I had nothing to hide. I really didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers were flipping out. You want to accuse me of something? Come. Look at what's
Yeah.
going on during that.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with it. I really don't. But
You know.
I don't know if that will be future education or not. I kind of like to predict that it might be. I'm not talking tomorrow, but maybe 10 years from now.
Maybe that'll be a good idea. But I somehow maybe it will, maybe it won't. Right, but right now I'm thinking maybe that's not going to fly.
No, it probably won't.
I tell you why, because not that it wouldn't be a good idea. I mean, because you don't want to be accused of something that you absolutely are not doing.
And just for the not even.
And it's just
for the parents.
the
to
monitoring
see,
of what's going on.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't go home and say one thing happened when actually something else different happened. So
Right.
that would be a good idea to have stuff like that in the classroom. But then you might have some teachers who will feel like they're just being spied on, and I can understand that
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
because I don't want to feel like I'm being spied on, like I'm
Right.
doing something wrong.
And like there's micromanagement.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, look, it's a topic we could talk on all
Yeah,
day.
yes.
But moving on,
to it,
and this
yes.
kind of segues off of it,
Yeah.
I believe your
Yeah.
papers dropped behind the couch.
Yeah,
I
got
think
one
I
here.
heard them,
Yeah.
something fell.
Yeah. I
Okay,
got it.
and
Yeah.
so, do you want to hear about the topic of the day?
Yeah, well, let me do. This is the piece of news that I wanted to say
Oh,
about.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting a
Okay.
little ahead of
Now
myself.
that's okay. That's all right. You still want to get to it, girl. Okay. Now, this was in the news all week and the week before because it's a missing woman named Gabby Patina. Okay, she was last seen in Wyoming 3 weeks ago. Her family's in Long Island, New York, and they want answers from her fiance, whose name is Brian Laundrie. Now, the police calls him a person of interest, but he has not been charged or questioned in this case.
Not questioned?
Not questioned. And these are police from Utah. The police says they got into an altercation a week before her last FaceTime with her mother. And Laundrie, who is the fiance, he said that traveling this 4 to 5 months has put a strain between him and his girlfriend, and that they both struggle with mental health issues. Exactly what mental health issues, nobody knows because it was redacted in the report. And I don't know why they would do that, so nobody knows what kind of mental health issues they had. Anyway, no charges have been filed, and at this time, no one wished for charges to be filed. But then, a few days later, Petito's parents had said they had released a statement, and they're saying this: Brian, you left Gabby in the wilderness with grizzly bears and wolves while you sit in the comfort of your home. And they said, Brian, your silence is reprehensible. Leaving her in the wilderness. Okay, listen. And
I have
now
some
her
questions.
stepfather, he has traveled to Wyoming, to look for her. And Janine, this is and also the two of them, they were documenting their travels doing this cross country thing they was doing. But this is what's disturbing to me.
Yeah.
This sucker came home by himself in her car. No explanation to her parents as to where she is. Nothing.
If that were my
And his parents, they have a lawyers and everybody, and they tell him, zip it up, don't say nothing, don't talk. Okay? Now the police had time enough to talk to this guy, which they did, because the two of them were fighting, and they ended up letting them stay in separate hotels until things cooled down. Okay, I guess they cooled down. They started on the journey again. But now this girl is in the wilderness by herself. If she's still alive, I hope God she is. He's home with his parents, and her parents are going crazy.
Absolutely. I would be
You
too
know,
if
I would
that
be
were
going.
my daughter.
Yes, yeah. But the thing is, they had him already. And guess what? This is a new thing. Now he cannot be found. He can't be found now. They don't know where he is.
There are too many unanswered
Sure.
questions. And there are too many loopholes.
Too many. And
Now, they've already said, the report has said there's domestic violence that happened.
They
before
fought.
she
Sure.
was
Yeah.
lost. Mental illness is brought up. What do they define as mental illness? That can
But see,
be,
like I said, all that stuff was redacted.
Yes.
And so, I don't understand why they would not you know, question him. He wasn't questioned.
There's
That don't sound
there's
right.
too
Somebody's
much-
missing that was with you,
Something's
and they don't question this. I mean, you're home. They're not questioning this.
I don't want to make any determinations in my head if I can help it yet, because there's not enough information
Yeah.
that's given. But as the
Yeah.
weeks go on,
Yeah.
they're going to question more, I'm sure.
Well, they're not going to question him, Janine, because it was already on the news this morning. Now they cannot find him. They can't find him now.
They'll find him, unless he shot himself.
And if he didn't do anything, why is he running away? So, my thing is,
Yeah.
I think he did something to her. I really do, Janine.
Well, it'll come out.
And now her poor father he's over there in Wyoming looking for his daughter. It's sad. How sad is that?
All right.
I just hope to God that they find her. That's all.
So, to be determined. We'll
On that
discuss
note,
it more
yes.
as we get more news
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
so Miss Janine, what do you have for us today?
Well, guess
For your
what?
pearls of wisdom.
Are we doing pearls of wisdom, or are we doing topic of the week?
I'm sorry.
We have 10
I went ahead of myself. People,
we
forgive
are
me.
ahead of ourselves. We do have 10 minutes left.
Go ahead, Miss
That's
Janine.
so.
Go ahead.
Should I?
Joe,
all right.
yes, please.
What is performance pay? And this segues into the comment that we
Okay.
had earlier. Performance pay can take different forms. In its most basic concepts, however, performance pay compensates teachers based on success determined by a set of performance standards. In short, it factors other than level of education and teaching experience. Now they're talking about putting together teams, and if the team reaches the statewide assessment goals, then everybody on that team gets money. It can be with individual teachers as well, that they can do ratings and percentages, and some of the states are saying half of it is going to be based on performance, and the other half will be determined by the principal. I am just giving some of the pros and cons that I'd like you to think about in this topic, and I'm sure that a lot of people have their own opinion. As far as the positives, some people feel that the teachers will be held more accountable and judged in relation to their peers. The evaluation is part of being a professional. I know in other jobs, in the job market, evaluations do happen. Teachers have kind of been protected in some ways from that. There have been a lot of teachers that have done just the least amount of work. And you know what? I want to talk about something here. I had a situation, no names mentioned, nowhere, but a group of us were assigned to do a glass case, showcase type thing.
Okay.
The other two people did not move. It got down to the basics. I went out and purchased the things that were needed and put the time in.
Yeah.
The paycheck that came at the end of the week was the same. The teachers never helped at all. I think they thought, oh, Bookwalter will do it. Who knows what they thought. But they got the same. No matter how much work you put in, we all retired with the same pay for retirement. Just an added note. Okay, teachers are motivated in part by compensation. Therefore, rewarding teachers who demonstrate excellence in the classroom will serve as an inducement for them to work harder and be more innovative.
Yeah.
And rewarding highly effective teachers will result in them remaining in the teaching profession longer. Now we know people are leaving like crazy.
Yes.
The case is against performance pay. It creates competition among teachers rather than cooperation, which can happen.
Yeah.
They can get ugly.
Yes.
There is no clear definition of what constitutes a good teacher. Teachers won't want to teach the most challenging students because the kids don't listen, and it's gonna reflect on their pay. Teachers are not students only influence, and teaching is not a business and should not be compensating using the same models used in business. So there are just some thoughts of the pros and cons.
Yeah.
I basically think if somebody sees a teacher working hard and the state scores and their goals are going up, that they should be rewarded for that.
Yes.
However, if a class, and I've had them in the past, has 5 students that just don't want to listen, they're rolling on the floor, they're walking out of the room, how can you come against a teacher when the teacher might have good lesson plans and might be ready to present them and distribute them?
But nobody want to listen and keep still to learn.
But they don't want to listen. Then
So
is
the
that fair?
teacher is being punished for the kid not wanting to learn.
And I have been told and seen teachers told, well, if your lesson plans were more interesting. No, it has nothing to do with whether they're more interesting. You've got hands-on things going on. You've got people reading in a group. You've got people on the computer researching. Don't tell me my plans. Or you deal with the behavior of the child.
Behavior, exactly.
So it's just something we could talk hours on it, and we really don't have that kind of time today. But think about it. Think about how you could help support the teachers because they're leaving. They're leaving left and right.
Yes, they most certainly.
6 minutes.
And they have no intentions of coming back, you know. So maybe they need to straighten that up. And so, Janine, our stinker for today, it goes to laundry, okay? The guy
Brian, the guy that you referred to.
Brian Laundry, yes. Yes, a great big one. And it also goes to the police force because they had this guy. They didn't question him. I do not understand why they did not question this guy. For the sake of me, I just don't understand it. It don't make sense. Now, you got to look for him because you let him slip through your fingers, okay? He's not saying nothing to the girl's family. You know, and the lawyers told him to zip it up, don't say nothing. That gave him enough time to think about where he's going to run. You understand? While this girl's mother and father are heartbroken and they're going crazy.
Or it could give him a chance to do away with his own life. If he realizes that he's in serious trouble, you know? And it's so...
Oh, and then they really won't know.
But we need to find out the whole story first.
He need to come back and face the music is what he need to do because the cops let him slip through the finger. And on that note...
Now wait, you can't leave me without giving my word of wisdom. I worked hard to do this.
Yes, you did.
And
Let's
to
hear
get
it.
This water bottle.
Let's hear it.
It's cute, but it makes you stop and think.
Uh-huh.
A bottle of water
Okay.
in the supermarket.
Yes.
It's worth about 50 cents.
That little bottle, 50 cents for the big... Okay, go ahead.
The same bottle in a bar can cost $2.
$2?
I'm just using
that
this
size
as
for
a
the
visual.
Really?
Picture a bigger one. In a good restaurant or hotel, it can be worth $3. I've paid $3 when I'm thirsty and I'm not around a water fountain. At an airport or plane, you may be charged $5.
Oh, come on.
The bottle and the product are the same product. The only thing that changes is its place. When you feel that you are worth nothing and everyone around you belittles you, change places and go to a place where you're given the value you deserve.
Right.
The end.
Wonderful.
I thought that was it. Just makes you stop and think.
Yes, it does.
Where are areas in my life that maybe people aren't seeing my worth, or I'm not seeing my worth? Okay, Miss
Everybody has
Nadine.
to see the worth. People out there see your worth. And on that note, it's been nice. It's time for us to wrap it up.
Time for us to wrap it up. So,
Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next week.
for What's your topic? Have you decided when it's going to be yet?
No, I have not.
What could it be? What are some of the things that are happening? We could talk more about the Taliban and just the craziness that's happening over there.
Oh, this whole world is just crazy right now.
We
It
could
really
talk
is.
about our president and what decisions he's making, whether they be good or bad. Don't
Right,
get
right.
upset, or what we feel, or just the general things that are going on in the
Yes.
news. Fall's coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to develop a
I love
different
fall.
li-
My
lifestyle.
favorite time of the year. Yes, indeed.
Find different activities
Yes,
to
yes,
do.
yes, yes, yes.
So, it's a surprise to you, but it might be a surprise to us.
Right.
Join us next week.
And we hope you like our new opening, people. Check us out.
Let us know. To be continued.
To be
Have a
continued.
great week.
Bye.
Shooting